Now, as I briefly touched in my talk, among the major different religious traditions, I think two aspects. The aspect of practice, an aspect of philosophy. In the practice field, all major religious traditions, same practice. That's why some of my Christian friends consider me as a good Christian. So therefore, you see, that really is, and then many Christian practitioners, and for example, many Christian monks and nuns, their way of life in their monastery or nunnery, almost exactly the same as Buddhist as monks and nuns. Very similar. One time I visited in southern France, on top of the mountain, one very isolated monastery there. They invited me. I went there. I noticed that monastery, 1,000-year-old monastery, their daily routine and way of life and simplicity is almost the same that Buddhist monastery. So at that time, I jokingly told them, in the past, we have no connection, no contact, but same practice. Why? Perhaps same source.
Inspiration.
Yeah.
Some inspiration.
So the practice is concerned, same, including Islam. Some my Islam friend told me, if you are a genuine Islam follower, should not create bloodshed on anyone. Anyone who creates bloodshed, actually, he or she not genuine Islam. And furthermore, one of my Islam clergy, she told me, Islam practitioner should extend love to entire creature as much you have love to fellow human being. Very similar, that is a Buddhist sort of attitude. So the practice is concerned, same. Now, philosophical field, there is big differences. Now, basically, theistic religion, non-theistic religion. But then, we must ask, what the purpose of these different philosophy? Then you get the answer, same purpose, in order to strengthen, in order to promote these basic human value, in order to bring enthusiasm to practice these things, the different philosophy, to some different philosophies, different approach. So then another question, why, since it's the same goal, same purpose, then what these differences is necessary? Then answer is, among the humanity, naturally different mental dispositions. Right. Even within the same religious tradition, some sort of differences among them. Therefore, in various major religious traditions, within that tradition, sub-sects also you see there. In Buddhist also, the Buddha, our teacher taught his follower different philosophy, different concept. If you look
On the surface.
some of these sort of different sort of concept or philosophy are contradictory. Then I jokingly say, telling people, these contradictory philosophies come from one teacher, Buddha, should not be out of his own confusion. No, certainly, Buddha enlightened. No point confused mind. Nor he deliberately tried to confusion among his followers. No, certainly not. Then why he taught different contradictory philosophy? Why? Because among his followers, there are different people who have different mental disposition. Just the same philosophy will not satisfy the variety of people. So therefore, in the philosophical field, the differences, different approach is necessary because of the audience. Clear? So once we recognize this, then philosophical difference is not obstacle, same purpose and necessary. This one. So then, next question.
Yes. Thank you.
Here. Here, I think it is advisable to make distinction, faith and respect. Faith towards one's own tradition. Respect to all traditions. Now, I am Buddhist, one of the non-theistic religious tradition. However, since 1975, I practice a few different methods in order to promote religious harmony. One method is visit as a pilgrimage to different holy places. With this practice, I had pilgrimage Jerusalem, I think twice, and also like southern France, Le Haut, and Portugal, Fatima. So one of my experience at Fatima, one small Mary statue. In early morning, we spent a few moments there in silence meditation. Then when we leave, about to leave, we already, you see, the few steps already. Then I turned back to that Mary statue. Actually, that Mary statue smiling at me. I really felt, perhaps my eye something wrong. But I actually just saw smiling. So then at that moment, I really feel, since I practice compassion, forgiveness, these things, so Mary showing some kind of recognition or appreciation. I also, now very recent, I was in Vienna, one conference. So we live in one monastery, Benedictine monastery. As usually I do, when I leave temple or monastery, just before leaving, I usually go to chapel and showing respect. So just before my leaving, I went one small chapel there, and in front of Jesus Christ statue, I stand for a moment, and I really feel much moved. This great master really brings hopes and inspirations to millions of people through many centuries. So I really feel deep sort of feeling.
Reverence.
So I'm Buddhist. As far as philosophy is concerned, I may argue with Jesus Christ. But in practice, I fully appreciate his philosophy, his concept, really useful. So here you should make distinction, faith and respect.